welcome to my channel. I was going to review this Queen knife, but I was looking at canoes and stuff like that I had, and I had this one that's a locking canoe, and this black cherry bone got me. It got me in the hand right here. It got me in an unusual way. I had the blade like this. Somehow it got in between here and my hand and just did a slice like that. So I'm cutting myself in unusual ways nowadays. Anyway, let's get to this guy. It's a red composite queen, and I didn't notice this until recently, but it has a couple of cracks in it. So it's kind of like reminding me of Cracky. See, there's one right there, and then you can barely see it, but it goes down here also. Other than that, it has pretty good fit and finish. There's a few little gappages here and there, but we're talking about a $14 knife. Now, it says Queen Steel on it. It's got a half stop. And the 440C. Yes. I love 440C. You can see a little bit of blade rub here and everything because that's just the way it goes. I like this kick on this pen knife right here, where your hand can fit right up there. Nice little ramp on that. Let's get back to normal size. Now I have other, like this is a case knife. And all the Queen knives I get usually have at least one crack. See, there's a crack going right through here. That's why it's like in memory of Cracky. Except for this one. This was Cracky's cousin, and he didn't have any cracks on him. But the Queen knives, the Queen and Queen City knives seem to be I don't know if they're striving for it, but they seem to be a little bit better. In this case, the steel is better than a normal Rough Rider. I know Queen and Queen City and Rough Rider are all owned by the same company. Probably produced in the same factory. It comes in this little box right here. And here, where is your number? QN64, I guess R is for red. But yeah, let's see. This one's got about a 5 pull. A pretty good snap to it. They did a halfway decent job of putting an edge on this thing. Oh, earthquake. Fairly sharp. Against inflation. You want to cut inflation? There, look at that. I did better than a politician. I just cut. Let me watch this. I'm going to cut inflation in half for you. There you go. See? I'm not a financial advisor, but I just cut inflation in half for you. All right, get back to this and stop being silly. All right, quit bouncing into that. So yeah, I like the black background on the Queen emblem. See, it makes it stand out a little bit better than how they've been doing it on this other one. I like that. This has a brass kind of feel to it, but I don't think it's brass. I'll have to look it up for you. But it's got kind of a goldish tint to it. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. I think it's nickel silver. you can tell the difference. Would you quit that? You can tell the difference between the liners, which are brass, and this. So maybe it's just the way they polish it. But I think it's done pretty well. Of course, you got a match strike pull, queen steel. I'll put all the specifications up for you in the last, maybe some weird animal noises or something. But yeah. So yeah, not bad. I really like the red composite. It has a smooth feel to it. This is bone. Bone has a slicker feel to it. This is kind of softer as far as like texture goes. And if you want to compare it, to a case has got a little thicker of a blade. The polishing was a lot smoother on the case. Comparing fit and finish. See, I think that's where Case was getting a lot of criticism. Is these Chinese knives were coming out for $15 and having better fit and finish sometimes than a Case on these springs, on like these mainsprings. It wasn't better fit and finish in the other place that I remember people yammering about, but this is what they were yammering about. And I think that's mainly from a collector's point of view, because from a user point of view, this makes no, if there's a little gap here, this makes no difference. I mean, to me, I didn't even know people would inspect this until I started watching knife reviews. Like, really? Is that important to people? Well, to some people, I guess it is, And as far as like a ultimate manufacturing thing and everything, you would want your knife to be fitted as best you can, but try doing that at volume. Try doing it at a volume that Case does it at, and see how you get. Now, yeah, the Chinese knives are turning out a lot more too, but I can tell this one is thinner. This one's a little bit thicker, and of course this is a bone stag, the 6.5 bone stag. I think this might just be the amber. Yeah, I think this is the amber jig. Oh, be nice if I knew what the hell I was talking about. Well, with a Case, here's what we can do. This will settle it for you right here. There's the numbers you want to see. 62131 chrome vanadium. Anyway, I think these are pretty good. These are halfway decent. Now, compared to a Rough Rider, this is a little bit more slender. All right, let's go ahead and get our... Oh, and I know I've mentioned this before, but if you ever go cheap on calipers, like I got these one time, just check your interface. Look at between the jaws. And if you look at this one, I've been working on it with sandpaper and filet and everything, but the jaws are not parallel. You see that? Look at that big. That can make a difference when you're measuring, man. Because I was measuring a spine on a knife, and I was getting like 3.43 millimeters was the accurate reading. But depending on where you put the spine in this jaws, it could be anywhere from 3 to 4 millimeters, depending on where you measured it from. So if you're getting calipers, don't cheap out on them. You might be able to get a decent pair, but I mean, try to get some. See how well these jaw faces go together? That's what you need if you want to be accurate. Anyway, stop your jawing and, all right, we don't need to measure the guy that just bit me. We need to measure this red one right here. 0.450 inches wide as opposed to 0.45 inches. Wow, they're the same. I thought they were wider. All right, let's check the case. Case is thicker. Nope, 0.45. Weird. That's where measurements come in handy. Your eyeballs can play tricks on you. Almost 0.46. I'm just measuring right here at the center swell. Just a little bit. All right, we'll switch to millimeters. 11.48. 11.52. 11.68. See, millimeters, I can understand them a little bit quicker. All right, so there you go. I'll slap the rest of the measurements in there. Be careful handling knives. You can tell who your the people that handle knives by the scars. The scars on their hands. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Had the calipers out and forgot to use them. Smokey lists the blade thickness as 1. So it's actually 0.127, 0.128. I'm measuring right here at the thickest part. This is what they're working with. Quit bumping that. Over here. Squeeze it down. 128. I'm trying to pull them straight out so I can switch to metric for you. There we go. 3.27 millimeter. So that's the thickness you're dealing with. Blade stock thickness. And just to demonstrate the El Cheapo, we zero it, you measure, and you go, it's 0.316, 0.323. Which is it? 0.3. 0.296. 0.28. You see? So, if you want a general idea, but if you want an accurate idea, good calipers should read the same pretty much throughout their jaws. Right? This one's just a little bit off. There you go. Sorry. Getting carried away here.